Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the 50-50 Take It or Leave It podcast. I'm once again joined by Kyle and Mitch, and we talk about, in the beginning anyway, the first 50, we talk about Until Dawn, our favorite parts, all the people that were with us, some of our favorite jump scare moments, atmospheric moments. Later, and the later 50, we talk about Dungeons & Dragons, how the session went, where we think it's going, ideas, conspiracies, all that good stuff. 50-50 Take It or Leave It. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to 50-50 Take It or Leave It podcast. I'm Matt, joined by Kyle and Mitch.
Yeah.
Hello.
And we're talking about Dawn, specifically Until Dawn.
Yes, sir.
We got through, we're in chapter 7, I think, right?
Yeah, it's about 10 chapters so far. We've gotten about 7 chapters in, so we are getting...
We made quite a bit of progress.
Yeah. We stayed up really late, too.
Yeah, we did. Luckily, I didn't work the next day, so I'm like, I'm good for this.
Yeah, no, that was a good... I mean, I was kind of thinking of doing an Until Dawn playthrough.
I thought that's what we were doing. I was there for it. I was ready for it.
We're also just like, I don't know if anyone wants to.
But then people were like, yeah, I'm tired. It's like I have commitments tomorrow.
It's like 2 a.m. is like,
2 a.m.
I got it, I suppose. Like, people can be a little tired after a while. And the thing is that we were getting to the good stuff too. We were just getting
cut it off the climax,
and that might be for the better, because at the same time it's like it makes people want to be like, well, what comes next? Because there's so much.
The people we played through with it, they seem very into coming back and wanting to do it and being there for it.
All right. Speaking of that, do you remember who you played?
I played Sam.
Yes,
he did. I played.
And you didn't do a high five.
Yep. The girl.
You left Josh hanging.
Yeah, you left him hanging.
So you're the reason everyone's.
Yeah, that's right. Oh,
you're the reason probably everyone's going to be dead.
Yeah.
Yay!
It'll
butterfly effect.
It'll show everyone dying, and it'll just draw back to when you missed the high five.
He'll be holding up the high five, and you'll just look at him.
Yeah.
Anyway, Kyle, who did you play?
I played Chris, who
the
simp. now that I've played him, I'm kind of like, I really am Chris. Like I'm just kind of related to him, and I'm just like,
Kyle's a simp confirmed.
You can confirm me on that. You can quote me on that.
Oh, quote.
Yeah.
This is being committed to memory. It's being recorded, dude.
I know, and
I'm going to tweet this right now.
I'm just saying.
You can go back to my Twitter feed. You'll find when we recorded this, and you'll be like, Kyle is a simp. Confirmed by Twitter and the podcast.
Confirmed by Kyle himself, the simp god. Yeah. But I kind of just was like, this character and me, he also is kind of corny as hell, and I can be corny as hell sometimes too. So
we all can be.
I don't dance like Chris do.
Well, we
he
live in the
moves.
Midwest, so we are surrounded by corn.
No.
Shut the hell up.
Low hanging fruit, man.
Yeah, bro.
Hey, but speaking of somebody you relate to, I played Matt.
He played Matt. Yes, he did.
Yes, I did.
And I think after a while you started really growing on it, because you got heated after a while. Because you were like, I remember this.
He is. I made him stand up for himself.
That's good though.
I was like, Matt's not a simp.
No, he's not. He's a sub.
Yeah.
He's a sub.
And the thing is that that's what I like about the game so much, is even when you're playing with multiple people, it's like you can't dictate what they do. It's you thinking how you would approach this, or how the character would approach this. You put your character you put yourself in their shoes, rather than having someone be like, yo, you should pick this, you should pick this. Like, just go with what you feel like what the character would do.
The only thing I do, kind of like that, is I'd be like, well, are you sure, that's, the choice that they would make? I just try to, do that just because sometimes people are like, yeah, it'd be this. And I'm like, well, maybe.
There was a time, because there's totems in the game, for people who don't know, that can be categorized as this. There is death, loss, guidance, danger, and I'm pretty sure there was a 5th one that I'm blanking out on. I think it's life.
There's white, brown, red,
yellow,
and
black.
Caution.
Yep,
I think
caution.
Is it caution?
Well, I think that'd be under danger. It'd be danger, loss, guidance, death.
Guidance is yellow.
Yep. And then loss was brown, red was definitely danger. White was fortune. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Fortune. So they split them down, and there was an argument going on about a certain scene where it's like basically Matt is given the flare gun by Emily, who is
yeah.
This argument. I thought you were going to talk about something else.
That's the fortune one, though, right?
That was the guidance, because the guidance was showing Emily giving the flare to
Right.
No,
Matt.
that was a fortune.
I thought it was guidance.
It might have been guidance.
Because I always kept resorting to because there was one of our
and
friends.
guidance is good, right?
Yeah, guidance is always good because it's telling you need to make this decision. And I know what happens, where I'm like,
I forgot.
I know because every playthrough I've seen it, it's always happened, and it's always because Emily keeps the flare gun for herself. And I'm like, one of our friends was like, but what if it's wrong though? He just shot the flare into the sky, and I was like, but this is a guidance totem. You have to trust the guidance totem because those are. If it was danger, it would have been in the danger totem. It would have been like, don't give.
I think I know. I think I remember now.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And I think we're actually getting close to that.
Yeah.
Point. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're basically on the edge of like once everything starts hitting the fan, we literally stopped right before it.
Yeah.
And
good.
I think everyone had a great time, and there was definitely a big moment for everybody, and it was probably the biggest scare in the whole game.
Oh,
yeah.
gosh.
Braden was hilarious, bro.
Yeah.
That
So
was funny.
everyone, we basically had a big full group of people playing the game.
Yeah,
And
there was people coming in and out subbing for different players.
it was really fun.
So the main ones were
you
the three of us.
Yep.
Brandon.
Brandon was playing
was Mitch.
who was Mike.
Or
It was
Mike. Yeah,
Yeah,
Mike.
he was Mike.
And Mike, we had our friend Chops, who was playing, I think, Emily?
He was playing two.
He was playing
No,
two.
he
He was
played
going to
the,
play two, but
The
He played Jess.
Juliet.
Jess. I think it's Jess. You think
Jess. Yes,
Mike,
he played
yeah,
Jess.
Mike's girl.
Yep.
And then, I was Chris. We had our friend Ellie play Ashley. And
Yep.
one of our other friends, Salvador, came in and played Emily for a little while.
And
Braden
took
also,
over.
Yep, Braden also took over for a while. It was a fun time.
Yeah.
And I
That
think
was good.
Wait, who did Levi play? Because Levi played.
Levi was going to be playing, I think, what Ellie eventually took over. Or
Did he
what-
go to? No, Levi
He
played.
played Emily, didn't
Oh,
he?
did he?
No.
He was going to play Emily, but
Yeah,
I
I
don't think any
think-
of his things came up. Oh, no. Because who was Emily? Because, yeah, no, it was him.
It was him.
Wasn't
yeah.
it?
Yeah, I think it was him.
Because he handed the flare gun to Matt.
Yeah.
Braden did that. Braden did that because he freaked out. Braden was like,
Oh.
"Why-
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because Levi and Ellie were kind of working together. Like, I'll sub him and she'll sub
Yeah.
me.
Is that how they did that?"
I
Yeah.
think so. I
They
think
basically,
Oh, okay.
so they were both
Oh,
playing
that's right.
Ashley.
Ellie was on duty.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
why.
Yep.
I forgot about that.
All good. It was kind of a while ago. it's been a
It was
kind of a
Thursday,
crazy.
last Thursday.
it's almost a week now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's been a crazy couple of days, especially with everything that's been going on with like esports and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I can totally
Just life in
understand that.
general.
Yeah, like
Had D&D.
yeah, a lot to think
Always
about.
good.
A lot to think about,
Mhm.
but definitely I had some good moments. You know
I was
what?
gonna say, do you guys have a favorite moment that you had from the?
I had a
playthrough?
good few, and it was a lot of just like character stuff. But if I had to choose one moment, and oh my, there's a lot. But I think it was the time that Chris got like punched in the face by that like psycho killer dude. Because like
yeah.
we, the way it just came to me. He just kind of walked out the door and he just got hit with the hardest right hand I've ever seen. And I was like,
that was a
golly.
monster punch.
Like that was like it was
Yeah.
like to me, it was just funny to me because I like to kind of commentate over a game or a movie that I watch. So I always like talk over it. And I just was like making up some like jokes and stuff while I was doing it. And I thought it was really funny. But
It worked well.
that was definitely my favorite moment for me. But there's so many.
I was gonna say I do have a lot. I was gonna go with one which involved my character, but there was a way better moment. It was a group discussion actually. So Brandon, who was playing Mike, was in the sanatorium.
Yep.
Oh
yep.
man, I know you're gonna talk about.
Yeah.
So Mike was in the sanatorium, and there was this hand that was like waving
Oh,
at you.
yeah,
And it was
yeah.
like
It was like in a box.
it was
Yeah.
a box, and we had gotten the totem. I think it was a guidance totem.
It was a
was
either-
danger.
It was danger.
Yeah,
It was definitely danger.
So the totem showed this like bear claw coming up and ripping your hand or grabbing your or like clamping down on
Yeah,
your
trap.
hand.
bear
Yeah.
trap like clamping
Bear
on
trap clamping on your
fingers.
That's right.
Yeah.
So Chops was arguing that we should go grab it And the rest of us were like, no.
No, I don't think
like,
that's
just grab the
safe.
hand. I'm like, why would we grab the hand? That's
Yeah.
like going like, like no.
It was like 5-minute discussion we had about
No, he would not. He died on that hill, man.
He did.
Yeah, he totally did.
And we actually went to the totem. We were like, all right.
Yeah,
does
we
that-
rewatched it.
we
That's
watched
right.
it like 5 times.
We got like real analytical, like CSI, like with it, and I was really just like, oh my goodness, we're really discussing this. Like I was like, I know it's danger, and this looks like a trap, so I already assumed like this is bad.
Yeah.
But we had to like really look at it, and at the very beginning, you see like the hand pulling down from the,
Yep.
like, the box, and it's
We
like
spent a good 15 minutes on that.
we totally did.
10 to 15.
Yeah, we for sure was just like, nah, we need to discuss this because we're not gonna lose a couple fingers.
That
today.
was probably my favorite moment. It also later benefited us later in the story.
It
but
totally
it was just
did.
It was just like a wait, what? We're actually discussing this?
Are we actually
I know.
discussing putting our hand in the checking out this
Yeah.
hand? Yeah.
I don't. Yeah.
Matt, what was yours?
I can't like really narrow it down to a singular moment, but it has a theme that runs
Yeah,
the
yeah,
whole
yeah.
thing, and it has to do with the character I was playing,
Okay.
Okay.
but not his character.
Oh,
It's Emily.
yeah.
Oh, my gosh, dude.
Dude, Emily is she's
Emily.
such a diva.
So Matt is Emily's like boyfriend, I guess now.
Yes.
Yep. After
And-
the breakup with Mike, because they used to
Right.
be dating.
Right, and like you see them hug or something.
Yeah.
And then Matt's like, "What the heck? Like, why are they hugging?" And Mitch, am I allowed to swear?
Yeah.
Okay. She is such a bitch, man. I am a good-natured, nice person, and I can't stand listening
Yeah.
to her talk.
Yeah.
She like treats everybody like trash.
Treats
And-
him like trash
yeah,
too.
she does.
Yeah.
And everybody like might be like, well, Matt, why is that your favorite moment then? Wow, ha ha ha. Just wait a moment.
Yeah, yeah.
My favorite moment is when she's dangling from a
Oh yeah, yeah.
a, like what are those called? Firewatch like
Yeah,
stations?
it's a Firewatch tower.
Yeah, it's a Firewatch tower that has crashed and it's like hanging over like a crevasse.
Yeah.
And she's dangling, she's like, help me. And I'm just like, you remember when you were hugging Mike? And I jumped off and left her to
yeah.
die.
And the funniest thing was is that before that, right? Because we all kind of had a thing where it's like Emily needs to die.
Yeah.
We tried killing Emily.
So
but
Braden,
I don't think we succeeded.
no, we almost did because like
Braden
Braden
wasn't paying
had
attention.
full control of Emily at that moment, and he got like
The
caught in-
Firewatch tower is
the
falling.
Firewatch tower is falling, and he's like, oh shoot, they're falling over and stuff. And he's like, damn, like this is kind of crazy. And he looks away for a moment because he's in the middle of a cutscene. But since he came in late to the game, he didn't know that cutscenes also can trigger QuickTime
QD,
events where you have to
yeah.
press the button.
Yeah,
So as he
they
looked away-
can.
Yeah.
It also
Yeah,
can contribute to non-high fives.
That's true.
Who
So-
knew that?
That's true.
So
Not me.
As he was looking away, it told him to press the button, and we were all screaming like, "Press the button! Press the button! Press the button!"
I was screaming,
Some
"Don't
people
you
were
dare
like, "Don't
press
press
that
the button!" Yeah, and
Some people were saying yes, some people were saying no.
he looked at the screen at the last second and missed it, and like I think it was the printer in the Firewatch tower just came falling and smashed her face into the window, and she fell. And some people were like, "Yes,
I was
yes,
like, yes, finally.
yeah," and others were like, "Oh my god!" I was like, "Golly, she got smashed, dude."
She got the big smash.
Yeah, and somehow she was able to just
She
grab
got
onto the
inked.
railing, and then the Firewatch tower falls into the snow. So their fates are still currently like unknown.
Yeah. I left her.
Yeah.
I let her fall.
Yeah, you did.
Yep.
Yes, I did.
I think that
I think
actually
Matt
saved
would
her.
have. I think Matt would have died if he
Yeah.
like stayed with her though.
Yeah. Well, we had a danger totem where it showed somebody
Getting-
falling
Oh,
on
Matt falling to his death. That's right.
Yeah.
on a meat hook.
Yeah.
Oh.
And there was. Did you not see the meat
That
hook
was-
in the
yeah,
watchtower?
There was a meat
No.
hook one. He found the totem in there, and it was him getting like picked up by somebody and just being left on a meat hook.
Oh.
Yeah.
That meat hook. I keep an eye out because. So I'll just a little.
This is why you play with more people.
Yeah, just a little.
There's some things that people just don't catch on.
A little bit
Yeah.
of background. When I was it? It's like 4 years now. I watched it my senior year of high school. I watched Markiplier, who's a YouTuber, do the playthrough of it, and he had that. He got to that part where Matt gets hung on a meat hook, and I just was like, I wasn't ready for that, and then it happened. I'm like,
in most
God.
playthroughs that I've seen, Matt is always like the first death for some. Sometimes it's Jess, but that's either because they went too slow.
Have you guys seen Delirious's? He gets her killed
Immediately.
immediately.
Yeah.
how?
I can't tell you how.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Spoilers, bro.
Spoilers.
My
But
bad.
you've
My
seen-
bad. My
The
bad.
thing that I like with Until Dawn is the fact that it gives you that full control, especially like right before a jump scare happens, because it gives you the illusion of like, oh, you're gonna be fine. For example, like we're playing the Ashley scene and Ellie's honestly that whole chapter when you're playing as Ashley is probably one of the scariest just because of atmosphere. Because you go into the basement to deal with like a possibility of a ghost being down there, and there's like, oh my god, I think it's like Hannah who was in earlier in the game and she died like a while back to start the events of the game.
And it's semi the friend's fault too.
Yeah, and it's semi on them, so they're being like haunted by her.
It's kind of like a Pretty Little Liar situation, to be honest. Like,
I've never seen the show
Never,
in my
yeah,
life.
never. You are alone here.
You are the pretty little liar.
well, dang, hate to have an ex-girlfriend make you watch it and be the only one.
Yikers.
Big yikes.
All
but-
7 seasons, baby.
oh boy, yuck. Anyway,
I don't even know what to say.
Let's just say it involves there's a dollhouse and a person named A, and the person trying to mess with them, and that specific chapter in that specific scene in the basement,
very reminiscent.
very, very similar.
Okay.
Very, very similar. If you,
Heavily inspired.
Yeah.
Yes, very much.
So, as he was talking with the dollhouse thing, like the dollhouse shows them like in their exact same positions for this prank that they played on Hannah a while back, and like one of the doll's eyes like roll forward because they're all either closed or they're taken out. And I remember Braden being in the middle of talking about something, and he was like, "The one thing that I like about this is," and as soon as it happened, he's just like, "Ah!"
Yeah.
I was gonna say we haven't even talked about the best part of that night.
Yeah. And then so we get down to that and we start walking around in the basement, and there's like a door that just kind of creaks open with like mist coming out, and it's like, well, we have to go there and see what happens. So, and they're kind of following the ghost because that's where the ghost kind of went to, and they open the door, and what I like about Until Dawn is that atmosphere always remains, right? So the camera starts zooming like into that, and you're expecting it to be like at that moment, here comes the jump scare, like down the hall. But then the game decides to give you back control. So now you're back in Ashley's, like you're just back as Ashley, and you have to like move forward. So, Ellie, who's already like out of her mind, terrified, like I don't want to do this anymore, presses forward on the stick. And one of the biggest jump scares in the game happens where the ghost's face just pops up right
Boom.
in front of you.
It's like those old YouTube videos.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I definitely saw like 4 people jump up and scream in terror.
Oh,
It
it was
was
beautiful.
it was glorious.
I was already ready for it. Kyle was too.
I was totally like, I know what's
Mitch
coming.
wasn't.
I
Mitch-
wasn't. I jumped.
Mitch, Braden, and definitely Ellie.
Levi jumped.
Levi was, yeah. But I felt the most bad for Ellie because she was the closest to the screen.
Oh
Yeah,
god,
she
she was
was.
close. She was sitting on the floor.
She was sitting on the floor right in front of the TV.
And it was her control
And
too.
it was she had
was
to initiate
in it.
She had to initiate
yeah.
it. Oh, she was terrified. But at
So-
the same time, it's like that's one of the bigger, best jump scares in the whole game.
So what I love about that whole thing is like, as they're going from the cutscene to Ellie taking over control of Ashley,
Yeah.
Braden makes the comment, "Wow, what does he say? The bars on that window look kind of creepy,
Yeah.
or something along."
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He makes a comment about the window and how it looks sketchy, and I was like, and I being like wanting to like understand what he's saying, I focus
You go
in
to
on the
look, yeah, you
window. I'm like,
focus.
Oh
in.
yeah.
oh, they do kind of.
Yeah,
And then Ellie moves forward and wah, and I'm like,
Boom.
ah.
Yeah.
Braden's reaction, though, in my opinion, was the freaking
Yeah.
best.
Him
It was
like
so good. I
he
wish
was
that
so-
we had it.
Yeah,
for
I
you
thought we
guys,
had it
but
recorded, but it was absolutely like it was good, but it was also like, yeah, that jump scare messed me up too when I first saw it.
Yeah, yeah.
Like that's a big one. And there's more.
So unexpected.
It is. And that's what I like about it. It's like it's not like a thing where it's like, oh yeah,
can
you're,
feel it coming,
you're gonna feel
yeah.
it coming. You do feel it coming. It's not a matter of if it's coming, it's a matter of when, because they'll say like, oh yeah, it'll be down the hallway, you'll see it coming. And then it just hits you right in front of you. I know down the line there's a choice in the game that could lead to
Yeah,
a
I know what
scare.
you're talking about.
and I swear I think that if it's chosen, it will
yes.
it will definitely be another one of those
Yes.
moments because I will be ready for it regardless because I'm like,
Yes.
when it comes, I will know, and it's gonna be so satisfying because I'm like, this game is scary. I've seen the game, haven't played it, but there's definitely an atmosphere to it where you can watch another YouTuber play it from the comfort of your own home, and you're just like, haha, that's funny.
It's different when you're in it.
Oh,
Like
for sure.
When you're like controlling and you're
when
there.
you're the one moving the characters around, it's a whole different thing.
When are we doing the Outlast?
Outlast will probably be after Until Dawn is over.
Right. But I mean like timeline.
A specific time,
Yeah.
maybe closer to Halloween. I
Okay.
feel like because it's just
All right.
I don't like this.
because I wanna have that the day of Halloween being
Yep.
one shot stuff. So anytime before
Yes.
that, but definitely close to it, I think would be great.
So if you guys, if the audience doesn't know, I hate scary movies and anything
games.
scary, anything.
Yeah.
Anything.
I love it.
I do too, but how I do things is that I like to basically make fun of it while I'm playing or while I'm watching it, so it makes me ease a little bit more because I crack more jokes when I'm scared. So like I'll start cracking jokes and like please laugh so I can calm down. I need to calm down because I'm scared. And
Somebody laugh so I can feel safe.
somebody laugh. I just need to feel safe. I don't want to be immersed in this anymore. And I know we keep
Mom, come get me. I'm scared.
we keep coming back to it, but at the same time, I have to reiterate again is that we're not even close to even like getting to any of the big stuff. Like there's still so many questions left unanswered. Like who is the guy walking around in the sanitarium with those two dogs?
Who's the clown man?
Who's the clown guy?
Who's the therapist? What's
Who's
his deal?
What's his deal?
Who's the guy with the glove? Oh wait, do we? Yeah, we know that. No, we don't.
No, we don't.
No, we don't.
That was a different guy. Yeah.
And there's a lot of things, and we have not even gotten to what I believe to be scariest parts of the game. And I'm going to be very, very excited to see what Mitch does near the end of the game.
Well, as you both know, I suck at this game because I missed a high five, which had a butterfly effect, it was coming off a cutscene, and Josh was like, "High five, Sam," and I was looking off screen, and I looked back, and I didn't hit the button in time,
Butterfly effect.
and then whoosh, 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 butterfly.
The funniest part is that literally you don't know how big that high five is.
It's pretty big.
It's one of the more important parts of the story.
Yeah.
And I missed it.
Yes.
So you really did just screw him over in some way. But what I like more is that it's going to be in like chapters 9 and 10 are like super Mike and super Sam heavy. Like it'll rely mostly on
I was going to say, it took me a while to get to my play stuff. To get to my
because your
You
chapters and Mike's chapters are the longest chapters. So you're going to be in control of Sam, like, because we're going to hop back in. You're going to be right with Sam.
True.
So you're going to be doing quite a bit.
You're going to be doing a lot. You'll be on your A game.
Yep.
Well, that's kind of actually one of my gripes with the game is like, it's not shared very well.
Yeah,
like,
no, there's definitely...
That story is not shared very well. I felt bad for Chops.
He didn't even really
get anything. Yeah.
He didn't get a lot. And that's the thing, too. And that's also determinant on how everyone else plays.
Yeah.
If they make a wrong decision, that could screw another character down the line.
Yeah.
So
Dunsky. Let's go.
And that's...
Bye-bye.
And we also... I guess we also forgot to mention that before the game, we all chose randomly from a hat.
Yep.
Just to give everyone a fair advantage and to be... Also, just give someone who may have not played the game, like Mitchell, a chance to... try the game out
firsthand.
And I
won't lie, I was a little hesitant at first, but it made sense.
Yeah, like once you got into the game and you started playing and you started to see the people who haven't played the game before start playing like the more important parts. Because I know Chris.
I think Ellie did a good job.
Yeah. You guys both do a good job.
Everyone is.
Bad job.
No, I didn't. I thought I did a pretty good job.
Okay,
everyone's doing a good job. Because,
I just
making sure.
I crap on myself about the high five thing, but I just find that more ridiculous than anything else. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
A high five is so big? What? Are you kidding me?
But that's the thing. They give you those small things, and you're like, it's nothing important.
This doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I also fat fingered a moment.
You did.
I was doing pretty good through that run.
You did.
You were.
And then
And then
Oh,
I
yeah.
fat fingered it.
Yeah, he was.
I
so
knew
he was-
exactly what I wanted to do. I knew exactly what I
You wanted
wanted.
to go for the bat.
I want to go for the bat, but
Yeah.
you have to wait twice. Not once,
Yep.
but twice. You have to wait to get the most advantageous.
There was
option,
actually
yeah.
there's
Yeah.
actually some other parts too, because if you kept running, you could have went to that door with that knob missing down there near the wine cellar.
Oh.
You had to find the knob, put it in the door, turn it, open it, and you could have kept going, and then that's when you could hide as well, and he actually wouldn't be able to find you.
Oh.
That's
Yeah,
the
but
one.
you
That's
could have
from a
knocked him out
playthrough.
with the bat.
You
Couldn't
could, you might have been able. I have not actually seen that before, so I wouldn't have never seen that. But I know I've seen.
I think you can cold cock the killer with the bat.
Yeah.
You can definitely,
That's what I wanted.
Yeah, you can definitely
I was
knock
like,
him out.
give me that bat.
But he fat fingered at the
Oh,
last
I
moment,
fat
and I
fingered
felt
He did.
hard.
I felt
Yeah, we were all like,
dude,
no.
yeah, and
Because
Then
I
you,
thought
like-
I hit it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, and then we were watching horror as like the killer like grab the gas mask and just like.
There
put
is
her
an
to
outcome
sleep.
where he just straight up knocks me out, though. I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure.
yeah.
yeah,
Cold
he,
cock.
He does the
I
same.
think that's if you run after the first time.
Okay.
Because the game gives you an option where it's like you hide behind the shelf and he comes down.
yeah,
Yep.
And it's like, do you hide or run?
Mm-hmm.
And then you hide behind the shelf. And then he comes around the corner and he doesn't see you. And it's like, hide or run. If you run,
he'll punch
He would
you in
see
the
you
mouth.
for sure.
yeah, turns, sees you, whacks you. Then you hide. And then this is what I did. I hide again. And he's like, found you. And then it gives you, then you run.
Yep.
And then it gives you the option to grab the bat.
Yeah,
And that's where I fat fingered it.
and that's also what I like about Until Dawn too, because even if you've seen people play the game, there's also stuff that you haven't seen from other like like I didn't know that was a thing. Like I
Right.
didn't. I have
Well, when
not
that
seen
happened, that
before.
triggered a different storyline, I think. And
Yeah,
I think
because-
you, Matt, said that you're like, I've never seen this one
Yeah.
before.
Yeah, because like Mike finds Sam tied up
Yeah.
in the which I
Had
have
to
seen.
tie it up.
I've also seen what happens when you actually run away from the killer as well, because I've seen it from like two different people who, one,
I've seen it from like when they get away.
yeah,
But
I've
I
seen,
haven't seen it from like I've never
Getting
seen them-
gassed.
I've never seen them cold cock the killer
yep,
with the baseball bat.
Yep.
And I've never seen
The gas
where
mask.
she's like tied up.
yeah,
Like
Huh.
I've never seen that before.
and that's cool because it's like there are still things in the game, even if it's like 5 years old now, even maybe more. That
Came out
I've-
in 2013, so
yeah,
it's 7.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
even more.
Because I'm pretty sure
2013? Are you sure?
Yeah, it's like 20. It's
That's my
2014.
first year of high school.
It's like 2014, 2013
2013. That was my last year of.
high school.
No.
Oh,
we're having the boys in the back look it up.
Yeah.
yeah.
What's his name?
John, is it?
No, Jamie.
Is it Jamie?
Oh,
Yeah.
yep.
I can't remember
Joe
their
Rogan
names.
podcast reference.
Yep.
2015. You were right.
Okay. I was like, there's no way.
I think I got 2013 because that's when most of the pictures were dated.
Yep.
In the game.
That's when they dated. Yeah.
Alright.
So I do like the fact that it gives everyone who has seen the game and be like, oh, I know this happens, but then it doesn't happen. And you're like,
It's like,
oh, when was that? When was that supposed to happen? It should have happened a while ago.
I was
And-
like that a couple of times just based off my watching the playthrough of Markiplier. I was like, I feel like I should be playing as Sam sooner. When is this going to happen? When is this going to happen? It came for that stuff. I was like, feels like super late in the game for this to be happening. This was like early stuff for Markiplier's playthrough.
and I think that's just because of how
think
the
he
players
speeds
have
up
also
the-
handled.
Yeah.
It just depends on how the players handled different things. Because maybe Markipliers
we explore.
they died, and
Yeah.
that could have
Oh, true.
that could have caused the story to progress in a different way
Yeah,
because
quicker.
someone might be dead already. So it does give that variety of replayability, and it also wants you to keep on your toes a lot. Like you need to have your eyes glued to the screen at all times. If it's not your turn, then yeah, you can look around and talk. But like things like missing a cutscene could kill you. Like honestly,
Make you miss a high five.
it can make you miss a high five. It could also make you miss a printer coming for your face.
Yes.
So you have to like keep your eyes open.
Eyes wide open.
And
Why were they
I am
open?
extremely excited to see how the game
Mhm.
unfolds in these last 4 chapters because I got something coming up. I know for sure that's gonna really suck for me. But if I remember how it goes, I should be all right. But I know there's a couple of other things for other characters where I'm like, ooh, I can't wait to see what they choose.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm definitely all for whenever we do this, and I think we're planning on doing it Thursday. Was that the?
I think so. I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
Thursday is what I thought we were talking about.
Yeah.
Yep, because
think
we
Thursday
because some
was
people
gonna
might
be
have like work or duty stuff, so
Yeah.
we just decided Thursday would probably be best. And by next episode, for sure, we will have the game all wrapped up in a
Complete.
neat little bow, and then it's Outlast,
Yay.
and maybe Outlast 2, and maybe Outlast 2.
Well, I think this is a good part to stop. I think we caught up our audience on our playthrough. I know I'm getting kind of hungry.
I am as well.
Me
So-
too.
I think we're going to take a break. When we come back, though, we are going to catch you up, of course, on our D&D session, as we
Yes.
always do.
Yes.
Learn
Fun
about the
times.
Under the Sea City.
Yeah.
City in the Sunless Sea.
Under the Sea City. I'm just kidding.
Under the sea.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
So we're going to head to break. For you guys, it won't be that long, but we'll catch you in the second half of 50-50. Take it or leave it.
Yeah.
Peace.
And welcome back. For you, like 30 seconds of some awesome music by TheFatRat has played, but for us, it's been like, I don't know, 45 minutes.
Yeah, something like that.
It has been quite a
We got some
bit.
T-Bell.
Yeah, Taco Bell.
Yes, sir.
Hitting
Yeah.
the spot lately.
They
I don't know
really
about
do.
you guys.
Oh, well,
You know the last time I had Taco Bell?
Hmm.
Sunday night.
Sunday.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
We want to know why Matt got Taco Bell Sunday night? Because we were doing D&D.
That's
That's
right.
That's right.
D&D. 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 D&D.
I wasn't gonna do that last part.
I did it because I knew you weren't going to,
Always one step ahead of me.
as Zion usually is.
I like it.
Dang.
Actually, it's reversed. Usually,
It
Oberyn's a step ahead.
It totally
He
is.
does have the highest intelligence.
I am out there.
Big smarty
Up
pants.
there.
Yeah, I'm up there. I'm out there. Speaking a
He's
good
just
word.
there.
I'm
He's
really
just there, ladies and
really.
gentlemen.
I'm just there. I'm just like, I can't wait for someone to ask me
vibing.
something. Kind of like, if y'all want to talk, Oberyn's here.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's get into the D&D discussion.
Mm-hmm.
I guess right off the jump, I will say that I did enjoy where we went in this session. It was high intensity for a good chunk of it.
Yeah.
I did enjoy that, and there was some spots of it dragged in some moments. There was also some high moments.
A lot less death
Not a lot less
at the present
death.
time.
Yeah.
A lot less death, but there was also a lot of, running, which was like chase scenes, which were really
Ooh,
good.
that
I liked.
was fun.
I really liked the chase scene, and the cliffhanger. There's like two cliffhangers basically at the end of this. Like, there's, and I'll just like say this outright, but there's the big possible boss battle, definite boss battle happening. That's one
I was
cliffhanger.
gonna say it could have been avoided, but someone
Could've.
rolled a nat 1.
Yep. And then there's the second possible cliffhanger of is Lucifer about
you
to
both
die?
failed though.
Yeah,
The
I think
stealth roll?
you both
I
rolled
think
pretty
you
low.
both failed.
Cause
What do you mean?
The stealth roll.
When you
yeah,
what do you mean by both of us?
You and
You
Brazil.
and Verso.
Oh, we both did.
Yeah.
It was pretty low.
You both rolled really low. You got a nat 1 and she got like a 12.
Yeah, it was low.
Oh,
Yeah.
so it was inevitable.
I mean, the one made it in like you already had two fails because of the one,
If you guys broke even, I probably would have just given it to you.
but that one was what.
Yeah.
Definitely
That
did it.
added 2 failures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Just like a natural 20 adds 2 successes.
Yep.
and I did like it. A lot of stuff was going on, especially near the end when we started getting into the groove of things. And then we got to those cliffhangers of the boss battle and also the possible, very, very possible death of a certain character.
An amazing NPC.
You're forgetting about the biggest cliffhanger. The name of the adventuring group.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
The first
boy.
hour of our session.
Yeah.
You mean?
Yeah. So we spent about, give or take, an hour in our
And a half.
4 to 5 hour session. We took a big chunk
Like an
of that.
hour and a half.
Yeah, it's about an hour and a half in our 4 hour to 5 hour session of just figuring out what the name of our group will be. And
Yep.
even now, after that deliberating hour and a half, we are still a little up in the air we have a possible name, but we have not all been confirmed to like it. So it's up in the air. And we are now currently known as the unnamed group of adventurers, as the DM Matt would like to call us. Arthur Brandon made the observation of that and said we need to come up with a name, and we thought it would be pretty quick, or at least not an hour and a half. It took about an hour and a half. There was a lot of back and forth. A lot of ideas were kind of being shot down. Some ideas were being brought up. Some were not agreed upon. Some were agreed upon, but not
a lot of ideas, a lot of brainstorming.
A lot of, it was a lot.
Gotta get a lot of ideas out there, Also has to kind of try to be personal.
Yep. And there was some good ones out there, but it was just a matter of choice between the group, where people were saying that it was just like, maybe not, and some were saying, yes, we should. And,
all on different things, too.
Could have been a specific word, could have been how the word sounds, could have been how...
I felt like the U.S. Congress trying to pass a bill.
Yeah, you guys got a little taste of what it means to like compromise on some stuff, which not everybody was super willing to do. But at the end of it, you guys have a semi-permanent name.
Yep. We are known as the Lone Echo.
I think we agreed on the Lone Echo.
The Lone Echo. Take that.
Lone Echo.
We are
cool.
known as loan sharks. We go around collecting your echoes of bloody pain.
Yeah.
If you don't pay our boss.
Yeah. So after,
just kidding, no.
So after having the deliberation for about an hour and a half, we decided to finally get the
show on the road.
Get the actual plot of the story moving.
The show on the road.
And we started to talk to a few people that we were told to maybe meet up with and ask around about.
That's right. We started off by talking to the farmer. We spent a good 30 minutes talking to him, and he was leading us nowhere.
It was. He did have some...
He had some useful information,
some insightful info, but not anything concrete.
I felt like we were in his way.
In a way, it did seem like that, where it was like he's just trying to do his job, and we're like here asking him questions about stuff he
wasn't even around for.
Knows a little about. And it was at that point where we were like, okay, well,
we're gonna go.
Yep, but we asked him and said, where can we find this person to lead us to Kern? I'm pretty sure it was the next person, or was it the?
Yeah, it was Kern.
Was it Kern, the next guy?
Hit me with it again. Sorry.
So we were talking to the farmer guy in the theater farm area.
Yeah, he led you to Kern.
And he led us to Kern, the old grizzled war veteran, who was there at the attack when the spirits began to come through.
He was like 12, wasn't he?
One of the lone survivors. Next to maybe like a handful, or were they all
maybe like 2-3 dozen people that live in the town.
Mm-hmm.
The new makeshift town.
Yeah. So
we went,
but they're
like all
yeah. We went. I kind of understood by the party. I took the lead on it because from what we knew, we were trying to get tactical information about the ghouls and goons of the town.
Yes. We were trying to figure out what were possible weaknesses.
Yeah, defensive and offensive strategies, and I was like, well, I'm out of the group. I felt like I was the most militaristic.
That would be true.
I'd say that's accurate.
It is accurate. You are part of a.
So I was like, I'll take point on this. And his opening statement to me was...
He laughed at you.
Well, he laughed at me, yes.
His opening statement was he just started laughing at you. As soon as he said, are there any weaknesses, he just started bawling in laughter.
Yeah.
And as soon as I heard that, I was like, well, that is completely out of the window because...
it's not encouraging.
It's also... It also, from a character standpoint, we have these creatures and they're like really dilapidated. So if you were to ask them, what do you know for like weaknesses? And I think his response would be, I think it was, if I knew what they were, we wouldn't be in this situation right now.
Yeah. Which in hindsight was a dumb question.
But it's also fair because at the same time you're like, he's seen these things before.
Yeah,
and
he's
fought
got the
these
most
things
experience.
before. So
well
maybe you should ask him whether or not he knows these things.
Yeah.
And that's totally understandable.
100%.
Yeah.
He's just not a nice person.
He's just...
Nah, he didn't seem very nice when he said... Oh, how did
half elven boy.
Yeah, you half elven boy.
Yeah, Kyle goes, oh, he's one of them, huh?
And I'm just like out of game, like he's one of those people. And I'm like,
He was
oh
one of
boy.
those people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
As
he
soon as he
was.
said that, like I was like, oh boy, he's not that. It's like
Hmm.
I guess it's up to me and Arthur, the only
Yeah.
two humans to take care of this one.
And we did, for the most part, we made some solid ground with him.
We got some background as to why they're
Finally,
here.
we knew finally what the hell happened to the
Yeah.
sound.
Yep, and why the light is gone, and why
Yeah.
these spirits are here, what they're capable of.
Yeah. So basically, the city had their army, and they were trying to find the other half of their city,
Yep.
and they were just drilling because they're like, well, maybe it's just on the other side of this rock that they
Yeah.
landed on.
Yeah.
And they were drilling
In.
yeah.
They're like in the, yeah.
Yeah. So they were like, well, let's just find the other half of it. So they were drilling. Then they found this oasis thing, which we knew the oasis was a thing. And apparently that was a safe haven for spirits. And it pissed them off. And
They tried
Who'd
to.
have thought?
They
Who
tried
would've
to
thought?
take. They tried to take the ark, I believe, right? With
I
that,
didn't try to take it.
they took the ark for sure.
What is
And
the art, Kyle?
The ark is considered to Kern to be like a second sun, but it's really a big. Is it big? Kind of like a semi.
when Matt was describing it, I was-
it's like a basketball size,
Football.
sized, bright yellow orb.
Well, it's just glowing. You
Glowing.
haven't actually.
Oh, we haven't
gotten
touched
up to
it, so
and,
we
like,
don't
seen it,
exactly
yeah.
know. Yeah, so we just know it
I'd
as
say
a
it's
big
about
yellow
football-sized.
glow that people consider to be a second sun, and is the light that they refer to multiple times as we
well,
talk to people.
basically, it's what transported them here, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, because their world was falling apart.
Yep.
And they were like, we're going to yeet the yeet out of here.
Yeah.
And then they landed in this cliff, in this rock.
They never specifically told you what was going on, but they said the ark was their last like chance to.
It was a last
Escape.
resort.
Yeah.
Yep.
So they
And-
did, and then half their city got lost.
And they tried to excavate through to find the other half, and they found the oasis, which had
Angered
a huge statue. And in the statue was the
Statue.
of a
Snake.
big snake statue with some fangs, and inside the mouth was the ark, if I'm correct.
Yep.
Yeah, that's where they put it.
And they took it, and it was not pretty, and a lot of people died.
Yep. So we get this information from Kern.
Yep.
And we try to get a little bit more information out, and then we learned that his wife had died.
So Lucifer, who was able to see the desires of man, decided to peer into the mind to see if maybe we can see what he wants, and maybe we can make a deal out of it, possibly, or
What he wants is his wife, but his
What he
wife
wants-
isn't dead.
basically
he
as
wants a dead
he's
wife.
like, what do you
Well,
want
he's
the
got
most?
that.
He wanted he
I mean,
wanted
he's got-
he wanted to know what was in his mind, and he just says, I want my wife back. And
Lucy was like, "Ooh, I can't help you with that."
he's not kind of the person who would be like,
Not a
let me
miracle worker.
reanimate the dead. And it was definitely kind of
Oh,
awkward.
but then
But then Leotfa, our Drow character, very straightforward, decides to ask him about the dead wife in question, and
you did not like that.
he did not like
He
that.
did not. No, he
He
kind of.
proceeded to take out his revolver, which at this moment any of us have never seen before because we've never seen a gun.
Nope.
So he puts a gun down on the table and says, "If you don't leave,
I'm gonna shoot you.
you might be shot." And he escorted us out, and we had a
He
discussion. It wasn't him, but he was like, "Frederick, could you take?"
Frederick.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Frederick, can you
Frederick's
take
a
them
homie.
away? I mean, he
Yeah.
did save our lives from being shot by Kern, so I will.
Yeah.
And there was
He
a
just seems like
discussion
a genuinely
of
nice
it was
dude.
a discussion of
pretty chill.
morals between I kind of talked to out of character.
You guys went to the armory though too, right?
Yeah,
we did.
So before all that, we decided to since he was talking about guns, we wanted to see what kind of other guns he had. Specifically, Arthur wanted to know what kind of guns that they had, and they had they opened up the armory for us to take some kind of guns.
And I actually had tried. I had tried before we left to go talk to the farmer in Kern to get him to open up that cabinet.
Yep.
Thinking that there was health. I wanted him to open up because I wanted health potions because I thought that's what was in there. I was like, They have health potions.
Now-
They're hiding it from us.
See,
Give us your health
see,
potions.
They're
Here's-
hiding them.
The thing with that is, to me, it's like I'm looking at this town of malnourished looking, destroyed people. Half a dozen is still like here, and some are gone, or maybe not half dozen, but definitely like 2 to 3 dozen people. Like Matt said, I'm fucking flubbing. I'm tired as hell.
It's
but
pretty late.
yeah, so he's talking about this, and he's talking about health potion. I'm thinking, if they had health potions, they would look so much healthier. Like the bandits would look healthier at least. 'Cause maybe
Yeah.
they tried to steal some, but they do not.
But like before we went and talked, I was like, "You got a locked cabinet? Those are probably health potions. We need those." So I tried making advances to get unlocked cabinet or locked cabinet unlocked,
He did try his damnedest to get someone to open them cabinets.
and I got a lot of side eye. So then we come back
Yep.
Yep.
after talking to Kern. Turns out that cabinet is actually a gun cabinet. Had 2 revolvers, a rifle, and
The room sweeper.
the room sweeper, aka a 3-barrel shotgun.
It's a tri-barrel shotgun.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I'm imagining it with like 3 triggers. So it's just like, but is it more like one trigger controls
One
all
trigger
3?
and like the barrel rotates.
Ah, okay.
So
That
it's like
makes.
it's a revolver on steroids.
I would
with
say
a
it's more like
shotgun.
I would say it's more like a minigun, but it shoots like shotgun. Yes, like that.
It is a room sweeper.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool from how it sounds. And when we get to the ending, and hopefully next session, I hope we get the. Well, we'll probably see that gun in action because
Yeah,
I
probably.
bet now
I would wager a guess that he would.
he would
use
definitely.
it.
Now the thing is he going to be good using it? That's going to be the other question. But I guess that's just going to have to be what happens when we find out next session. So
Yep.
as we leave, with our guns and Kern's stern warning about maybe not bringing up my wife and leaving,
Yeah.
he did before we leave, though, tell us that where they dug was at the city hall,
Yeah, he did
Capitol
tell us
building,
that.
at the Capitol building, which is, of course, outside where they're currently safe. So we had to go back out.
How long
into
did you
the
say it was?
streets.
Like 2
It was
miles?
It was a 2-hour walk
Yeah.
to the Capitol
Stealthy
building.
walk.
2 hour stealthy walk. If we ran, it would have probably been a little faster. But seeing as there are spirits and
Yeah,
all
spirit- this-
crawling over the city.
Yeah, spirits have freaking patrols.
Yeah.
they got to make sure they're safe because they're guarding that oasis. So
So we leave, and of course there's walls
Yep.
protecting this like actual inhabitants, not ghouly ghouls inhabitants. There's the walls. On the inside of the walls, they've got scaffolding, which Matt had to explain to some of the people playing, which I found funny.
yeah, wait, I might have not been like paying attention when you guys were talking about
there's-
the scaffolding, but
Somebody was like, oh, was there scaffolding in D&D times? And I'm like, dude, it's what they're like walking on the inside of a
tower.
protective wall, like
It
so
was
they can
funny.
see over the side. I'm like, yeah, it's fine.
like it's not like
So-
a construction site.
Yeah, it's not like
know?
they're constructing the wall. It's-
yeah.
Right. So there's scaffolding to get over the wall and leave, but to get back in, it's kind of a one trip. Once you're gone, hope you complete your mission. If you don't,
That sucks.
that sucks.
Yeah, and I think
yeah.
it makes sense because it's like we're trying to be safe here, and we're not trying to gain entry to anybody.
Yeah.
So once you're
Well,
in,
we can
you're
just cut
safe.
down the wall again.
Yeah, and then we'll send more people out to die, and then
It's fine.
yeah, it's,
Our party doesn't have a problem with
we
that.
want the engine. That's all we want. Yeah, no, I understand.
So so we leave the city and we start basically traversing. And before we saw the map of the whole city because Kern had it,
Yep.
and no one really took notes on it while we were talking.
Nope.
So
Nope.
what Edwin did was he had his
Owl familiar named Artemis.
Artemis.
Yes.
He had Artemis fly back up, and while Kern was still looking away, probably sobbing his eyes out in
Yes.
sadness of this reminder of his dead wife,
Yep.
he
Yep. Seething in anger.
Artemis was able to get a good look, and Edwin can look through Artemis basically,
Yeah.
Yes.
and basically Edwin just looked at the fastest route to the capital.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
He mapped out like the quickest route.
Yep. And then from there, I was given point, and everyone was doing stealth checks, and I had to do lead had to do stealth and survival.
Yep.
And at when did you make me switch?
It was when you got caught
Was it
by
when
the
we,
ghost.
Oh, it's okay. So
So
my rolls,
we're pretty.
my rolls were crap.
Yeah.
So
It happens sometimes.
it does
Good days
happen.
and bad
I was
days.
also rolling with my
Bad
plastic cheap dice from Walmart,
Mm,
and I have this really nice metal set from off of Amazon,
yeah.
and it just wasn't the same. And I
I
needed
get
those
that.
metal dice
Yeah.
because I was doing quite a bit of checks. But basically, I got us lost, and the Ghoulie Ghouls Ghoulie Ghouls got me
Yeah.
or almost got me. I had
You-
to do a
you-
wisdom save, and
You got saved.
the way you framed that up, Matt, it sounded like they got me. I'm like, I got like a 19 on this wisdom save. What are you talking about?
Well, he made it. He framed it like you barely got away. Like he was like, it's really strong, but you're able to break free of it.
Yep.
I framed it like you feel like a presence, like you're taking hold in your mind, but and then that kind of thing.
They
Which
switch-
I can understand how that
Yeah,
that-
because
that-
everyone was
that'll
like,
sound great.
it was like on a 19, like that barely got through, and I'm like, I don't think they.
Smile.
It's like, I don't think they'd make it like. I don't think he'd make them that strong. Because if that's the case, and
We're screwed.
oh.
yeah, because it's like, why are they so powerful?
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah,
like
they're
a
not, by
19
the way,
Yeah,
but they're
but-
pretty powerful. But yeah, 19 just to save. Yeah, that's pretty bad. No, but so they went after you guys,
Yep.
and
So,
then
and then at that point, getting lost, getting controlled, and then
almost. control.
almost getting controlled and almost getting caught.
Yeah.
We
We definitely.
then had to switch point leaders because
You had basically just a giant game of cat and mouse.
at that
Yeah,
point it
and-
became a giant game of cat and mouse.
Yeah. And so the lead was switched to me for Oberyn.
Well, no, was it?
Yeah, because me and Brazil were
that's-
also just thinking about, because we were both
Oh, that's
proficient.
right. You guys were debating.
So we were
on
just
it.
like, who has the most in proficient right now? And we were still
Yep.
tied, and I just took it anyway.
Yep.
I rolled average.
You got us away.
You got us. So I got away, but I didn't get you on the right path. Like
Yeah, we were still.
I was trying to
lost.
follow as best as I could with what Edwin was telling me, but it just kind of got us to another area, but not anywhere near where we had to be. Then we almost got in another tussle.
Was that when Brazil and
Lucifer got caught by the spirit Naga.
Yes, you guys had like a back and forth for a while. You guys were like getting away, like
Yeah,
stealthing, getting caught again, and then
there was a lot of that.
You guys got you failed
Yeah.
3 times,
Yep.
okay,
and that's when the
Spirit
Spirit
Naga
Naga came out, and
And
then
took-
that's when you guys really started to feel the effects of the
Yeah.
because Brazil
mind.
and Lucifer, was it Lucifer?
Lucifer.
Yeah, because it's a different kind of
Yeah.
from the spirits to the Spirit Naga. It's a different kind of effect.
Yeah.
So it affected Lucifer as well, where before it didn't.
Gotcha.
So
So yeah, Arthur and who else? Who took Brazil and who took Arthur?
Arthur-
Arthur
Ar-
grabbed
Lucifer?
Lucifer.
I thought it was Edwin and
Leatva grabbed
Grabbed Brazil.
Brazil.
yeah,
That's right, because Brazil is like freaking 6'5".
she's very tall.
Not Brazil.
Brazil's a halfling.
Leatva, yeah.
Leatva is very tall.
Yes.
Grabbed Brazil the halfling. It was nothing for her.
Yeah. And as we are
True.
trying to run from the spirit Naga and we tried to hide, I think we barely made it. I think we failed once, and then the Brazil and Lucifer almost got taken again. We were able to hold it down again.
Yep.
And by this time, we finally got a success and got away from it.
Well, at one point, Edwin cast Thaumaturgy, which
Yep.
helped a little bit, I think.
And
I don't know
Leofa
if
tried to cast lights, like dancing lights, and that
Oh
got
yeah, and
sucked
then it
up
was
pretty
consumed.
quick. Which she thought it was just because of how dark it was, but I was like, it's the spirits. Because later when we get to the city hall, because after we've ran from the spirit Naga and we got back on track, and we actually rolled pretty decently to get back to where we were and to get back to
Yep.
the city
Yeah.
hall, where at this moment it's like a lot of patrols around. Like it's
yeah,
hard.
we've triggered
They
quite a
they
bit.
locked it down, so we get to Capitol Building, which is actually interesting because it's like, isn't it like half of it is kind of cut into a cliff face?
Yeah.
So it's interesting to me. There's also some glass that's like the windows are somewhat broken, but we've noticed that there's like a blue light kind of patrolling
Yeah.
the area, but we didn't know how many there were or anything like that. But we go inside, We sneak around a bit.
Well, yeah, because there's a couple different things we look at. We look at the grass.
Yep.
The spooky grass.
Somebody started taking some, and then everybody started taking some.
What was with that? I've been collecting plants this entire time.
Because
That's a weird thing I do. I don't know why I do that.
I mean, I write in a black.
Cool.
I write in a black.
I guess.
Book. Like,
It's
you know,
my
I haven't,
mother's
which I
side.
have not done in a while.
Yeah.
Like, I haven't actually like sat down and started writing, and I guess it's just because there's been a lot going on.
Why you meditate all the time?
Meditating is different than
That's true.
Meditating and writing in a book are two. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
But yes, you guys.
everyone started collecting grass.
Yeah, we looked at the way the main vein.
The,
If
the
you were to-
main vein. You're talking about like the cord tunnel?
Edwin was talking about, or Edwin did a nature check, not a nature check, a history check. It was like a big.
I think he did a perception check and just looked around.
It was a big, thick grass root, or
Oh, yeah,
Was it?
that was just
No?
perception.
was that just
I
perception?
think
I
it's
don't know.
perception because he was just doing perception.
He looked at it and rolled really well, and you were basically like, "Yeah, this thing is." What did you say?
Because I know he did an arcana check for it to see if it was
Oh
magical.
yeah, and it was like, yes, this place is magical as balls.
Yeah. I think that's about all.
What did you?
Basically, I was just telling him that like it looked like nature was starting to like take over again.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's
It
what that
was like, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So
My bad. I misread
or,
that.
or some form of nature.
Yeah.
Was,
Yep.
like starting to take hold.
we get to the big dig site, which is in the center of the city
Well,
hall.
before that, we
Oh.
decided to scavenge through some
Dead bodies.
dead bodies, which
Well, that was
that's what
yeah.
we do.
That was near
Yeah.
the tunnel.
As
I believe.
adventurers are.
As
what to
adventures
do.
do. And we
We
found
get
a lot of bullets.
a lot of bullets.
However-
I really wanted to take some of their armor, but I also knew
The body armor.
I might do that on the way back
Yeah, if you live.
if we live.
Yeah.
If we live and we're not being chased out,
It's really old though. You gotta remember that too.
Yeah, it's been there for
Yeah.
years.
Not
Like,
kept.
right?
it's rotting, probably.
Yeah,
decaying.
but it's like futuristic armor.
Is it?
Yeah,
It is.
But
Doesn't matter how good your armor is if it's left for 30 plus years.
true.
now you can probably melt it down to make some, goop.
Make some iron for
Make some iron
For
for
Arthur?
Arthur so he can get that damn enchanted Leviathan axe so he can throw it and return it back to him. But
That
yeah.
would be pretty cool. But
It would be.
anyway,
So we
we
get
ravage
to-
through bodies.
Yeah, we
Find a bunch
ravage
of
the
more
bodies.
bullets for our rifles and revolvers.
Yes.
And then we venture down the Duggan hole.
We get down to the cord tunnel, which is, by the way, very long, very pitch black, and extremely dark.
Very precise.
Very precise, too. Like a beam, as Matt would say in the session. Like a beam had just shot through in one smooth motion. Just boom, right through. And it went for a good couple 100 feet. We talked about getting light, and Leafa gave me the point of, well, when I did dancing lights were sucked away. But I just thought that's the ghost energy and not just because of how dark it is. So I just used my light cantrip and I slap it on like an arc reactor on.
Yeah, we should try to use that
Iron
more.
Man.
I feel like a light cantrip is pretty useful.
It is. I mean, it's pretty sure it's like 20/20. Not like it's not big, but it covers
Right.
for 20 feet.
Yeah, but you can turn it off whenever
It's still
you want.
it's still good. Like it covers a good chunk of.
and it
of
doesn't take up a spell slot.
Nope, free cantrips.
Because I'm pretty
baby.
sure dancing lights take us up.
That's why I use
the
Eldritch
Elvis-
Blast so
Oh,
much.
it
'Cause
doesn't. Hers is a cantrip too.
Dancing lights.
no, I think that's a spell, like a spell.
I think it's an ability that she gets once a day, that she's used more than once a day. So I'll probably have to actually have it.
You might have to lock her down on that.
Yeah, that's just. I guess it's a DM failing on my part.
Yeah, I know I have
Jeez, Matt.
I know I have a
Mother.
bunch of stuff where I'm like, I have all these spells I can use, just not having used them because I forgot.
It's true.
Yeah.
But you guys went through the first tunnel.
Yep. So I'm leading the pack with my light, and we get to a part where it slightly goes like in a 15-degree angle down toward the right.
And there's a glowing light at the end of it.
Yep.
Yes.
Yellow, glowing yellow.
Yep.
And so
It's like daylight.
yep. And so we decide to
Venture
hustle
that
down
way.
there, and we get to the oasis, which is covered in. It looks really nice, like
It's
an
very
oasis would be.
That looks beautiful.
You look up and there's a sun, a second sun in the sky almost, but then you think
And-
that's probably the thing that we're looking for.
And then you step down, you hear crunch, 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 and then you look down, and there's like skeletons.
Yep.
What are the
That's
skeletons doing?
And they look like
crawling
they were
towards the hole,
they're
trying to get away.
trying to get away because they got absolutely destroyed.
Demolished.
And the fact that they were still in moving like motion when they died also gives me an uneasy feeling that this thing can vaporize you close to immediately. So, because they were in the middle of crawling out and they're dead, and so it's like
They're
it's
dead,
not
dead.
just like, oh, they've been here for so long, they're decayed. No, they're just like flash frozen in that position as skeletons, which is even worse. And as we start walking around and we see the big statue,
Yep. Big snake statue, like we talked about before.
we hear the sound of the and we get a little.
Matt, do the sound. Do it.
It's hard when I get put on the spot.
Yeah, bro, you don't gotta ask them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go.
So we see the rolling hills, and it's like, wow, that's really beautiful and stuff. But we also hear that sound.
That was wrong. It was.
There you go. That's it. That's it.
Yep, that's the one.
Yeah.
So we see the rolling hills.
I
And
knew whenever you put me on the spot, I always like mess it up. Every
it's all
time.
good. It's all good.
No, you did Mayor Fenley?
Tremblay.
August
August
Tremblay.
Tremblay. Yeah, you did him pretty good.
So
Nice.
we see the snake statue in the
Where's the
way
arc?
way back there. It's in the mouth, right? Yep.
Of the snake.
Of the snake statue, which also we see one of the people just kind of walking up to it very dazedly, kind of like swinging around a little bit, a little weird. Just kind of go up to it, plop down, and turn to ash. And then is it the whole snake body that kind of just fills up basically? Or is it just
Oh,
like
it was already full. The fangs
right,
were
the
the only thing.
fangs. That the fangs just kind of like fill up a little more.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's with a blue, like I guess a bioluminescent
A bright blue. It's like a cyany color. Same with the a similar color to match the
spirits.
pool in the
Oh,
fountain
Okay.
and
The
the
glow.
spirit naga. Yeah.
Okay. So we decide to start walking, and we still hear the sound.
Not all of us.
Not all of us decide.
The
Edwin,
2 rangers / diet healers were like, we're going to stay behind.
we're gonna stay behind because
Which in hindsight was dumb.
the snake was right there in the grass, just waiting.
Well, everyone.
We rolled stealth checks, and we all did
Yeah, y'all
pretty
made it
decent. And we got there, and I used a spell that I thought I would probably never use, and that would be comprehend languages. And I was like, oh, good, I could maybe use this now. So
Spent a long time to do it though.
it did
Like to be
to
able to
do
read
it,
everything.
yeah, to read everything. But I believe what I've read was in the dark I was at peace, and then how the rest go, and it was like the dark. It was something about
In the
darkness,
dark,
light.
In the dark, I was at peace. In the light, I grew less restless.
Yep, and when I grow restless,
Unless
there's chaos, and the people that come to me
Die.
die, and I get
And
stronger.
I fuck them.
I don't
real
know about,
good.
I don't know about
I
fucking
don't
them,
think that was a part of it.
but basically what it
The
said
first part was right.
from what Oberyn read.
Daniel then told me it was a terrible haiku, to which I told him to F off.
Yep. So basically Oberyn just translated all that to basically being the snake thing that we're looking at here, which could possibly be a god that we have now angered. Grows restless when there's light, loves being in the dark, took the light from the people, then they took it back from him, and he proceeded to then murder everybody. And then now
Well, they tried taking it back.
they tried, and
They did not succeed.
they did not succeed.
That was Team A and B.
Team A and B.
Team B is Gonski.
Yep.
Yeah, Team B got
Yes, sir.
a couple of Team A made it out just because they were like a little slower getting in there.
Yep.
And they saw the statue and
and
everything.
they bounced.
Yeah.
So
Team A had the wife. Team B had Kern.
no, Team A had Kern.
Team A had Kern.
Team B would
Oh,
have
that's
been where
right.
the wife
Team
was.
B had wife. Team A had
Well,
Kern.
she's going
Because the
no.
wife's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Team B also had the Archmage.
So he's probably dead too. So we get the assumption that this snake statue is getting stronger by feeding off of the people of this town and turning them into possible ghosts outside. And on top of that, we get to not the top, but we're getting close. And we reach a fountain with a
You're
bowl.
at the plateau.
We're
You
at the
guys got to
plateau. Yeah, we
which is
weren't, like-
beneath the snake statue.
Yeah, so we get to that plateau, and on the plateau is a fountain. There's a bowl there, and it has like that same blue liquid that's in the snake's fangs with like I think there was like something else in there too, or was it just a blue liquid?
So the snake is like way up
Yep,
top.
yep.
The fountain is beneath, and it has like a hole in the center that looks like it goes down. And it was like that big. I don't know. What do you call that? Like how big would you say that? Like baseball size?
Yeah, like an apple.
Yeah, like an apple-sized
hole
that goes down.
So,
somewhere.
you know, we're trying to figure out what the liquid could be. Arthur was considering drinking the whole bowl, which now thinking back on it would have been probably instantaneous death.
Before that, Edwin
He took his canteen and filled it.
He took his canteen and filled it up with that, which then the bowl proceeded to then refill back up to full capacity.
Yes, it did.
And then Lucy.
And then Lucifer decided to give it a taste to see, like, well, we'll just find out what it is.
How much did he ingest?
He took his pinky, dipped it into a bowl, and then put it in his mouth. So it was like
not very much.
Not a lot. It was like a fingertip worth of this stuff. And he knew what it was. He said it was a poison, highly concentrated. So he knew what he was tasting, but since
did he know that before he did it?
He knew after.
He knew after he tasted it.
Okay.
So he tasted it, said it's poison, highly concentrated. Tried to talk a little more, and then he proceeded to vomit blood out of his mouth, which was pretty serious because he's vomiting blood. So
we now have a lot of concentrated poison.
And at this very moment, I'm thinking, well, if Arthur was thinking about drinking all of it, he probably would have been killed.
Yeah.
Like, he would have just straight up died.
By the way, Lucifer knows the taste of poison because there have been people who have tried to poison him in the past.
Yeah.
And his immune system is just like, haha, that's funny.
But this poison was way stronger.
I'm a super being.
Yeah. So
can't poison me.
So as he is vomiting blood and we're
Yikers,
trying
who would have guessed?
And we're trying
Nature spirit poison.
Yeah.
It's on a new level.
Yeah.
Good thing we have some.
Yeah, I guess now he's got to use it. So we begin to watch as Lucifer starts to vomit blood out of his mouth.
Starts dying.
Yep. And we're all standing there, and I decide I'm going to go and roll for medicine because I could just see what happens. And I rolled I got like a mod 20 out of it, which was like, shoot, thanks. And I was like, got a good roll on that. And I figured out that when he ingested the poison, it's a poison that attacks the lungs because when he's vomiting blood, there's like little like bumps or circle things in his blood. So I basically did like a Dr. House thing and thought back on it. It was like, whatever it is, it's in his lungs.
Mm-hmm.
And I tried I did something very slyly that I thought I wouldn't have to do yet, but I did healing hands on him, which isn't a lot.
He was thankful for.
Yeah, it's not like a lot of healing. It's only up to my level, and I'm like level 3. But it's the fact that I have it.
Yeah.
That's gonna be like, why do you have it? And I was hoping to not use it yet, but since no one else, granted, Edwin does have healing word, which would be very helpful right now.
That is true.
The other 2 people who could probably help heal are down there, and they're currently
making their way up the staircase.
Yep. And as
they're making their way up the staircase, what happened, Mitch?
So Leatfa actually comes and gets us, right?
Yes.
Yep.
She decides to go down there and alert you.
She yells at us saying, Lucifer's dying, we need your help, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, no, not Lucifer. And I roll a natural 1 as I'm trying to go save my friend.
Yeah, stealth check to try to sneak past the
and it was
Naga.
It was unfortunate because both of them did roll fairly bad.
Yeah, Brazil rolled a 12, I got a 1.
And it counted for basically a triple failure because of the nat 1.
Because Leatfa did pretty good.
Yeah, but it was 1 to 3.
Yep.
Yeah. So in the end, that did fully awaken the bigger version of the Spirit Naga, and it definitely looked extremely hungry, and it definitely looked like it wanted us to die. So with that being said,
and that's where we
left off.
Yeah, that was where we ended it.
And it was a good cliffhanger because it's just like you have someone
on the
verge of dying. And there's also the fact that we're now
someone might die.
Someone could most definitely die unless somebody decides to heal him with something. because I tried, but it's not enough. Basically, what I did was if you were like gushing blood, I basically put like a Band-Aid on it to try and stop the bleeding. Like that's all I
Someone
did.
lost their leg, and Kyle was like, "Here's a Band-Aid."
Here's some heroin.
Here, take this morphine so you can, ease the pain a little bit, but you're still gushing blood out of your leg. That's basically what I'm doing. And I'm really excited to see how we try to face this, because this definitely seems like the end of this, what I would consider a filler arc in this overarching story of just like, we got to get the engine and get it going. And this looks like to be like, this is it. We just got to grab it and go and kill this spirit Naga, and we'll be good to go.
Yep.
Hopefully Lucifer does not bite the bullet, but that is really up to the players. And
I really like that NPC. So
I
better
do
than
too.
Bevel.
I mean, he is
better than.
he clutched.
I like the old Arcanist.
He definitely
What
clutched.
was her name?
Yeah, what's the name?
You
bro?
always ask this, and
It's important.
I know it
She's
is.
gonna come up
I remember
later.
names.
I
Except
know
for
her
Kern.
assistant.
I forgot Kern's name for a second, but her assistant Bevel left.
Yeah, Bevel.
He's amazing. He's his voice.
Yep.
Can't imagine why some of my players hate him.
I mean, I remember the stuff that I had to do with them, where I'm like, I had to dress up as a maid and sneak into stuff, and I'm like,
Did we ever talk about that on here?
no,
I think we did.
totally did.
Probably.
I think. I don't know.
It was a good time.
Yeah.
Anyway,
What's her name?
I know her name.
do you?
What is it?
Cerulean.
Yeah, it is.
Really?
Do you remember her
Dang
last name? Starts with a D.
Yeah, it's like D.
Doubtfire.
No.
It's a Deanne.
Demar.
It's Deanne.
Deanne. I was so
Deanne.
I was so off, but I
I wasn't.
I got the first name. That's all that matters. It's Cerulean.
Cerulean.
But
Gotta remember that.
yeah.
It's kind of important.
Now that I think about it, there's a lot of stuff that's still like unanswered. There's still like that cyborg dragon thing that happened.
God, we kind of left that thing out in the open, didn't
No,
we?
well, I'm sure it'll come back.
Oh, Edwin lost so much money on that.
Edwin lost money.
Here's
There's-
a platinum.
That's
Here's a
why.
piece
That's
of
why I'm.
platinum.
That's why I'm calling this like a filler arc right now, because this is just on our journey to the bigger part of the story when we actually get to where we need to be. This is just like, our engine's out. We got to go to this town. They have a problem. We got to solve it. It's a lot deeper than we thought.
The
we're
ambiguous
gone.
centipede brought us here, and now we're dealing with spirit nagas. What are you doing, centipede?
Yeah, I kind of want to know what that's from. I mean, it's interesting where I'm like,
Did Cerulean take a look at that? I can't remember.
You never showed it to her.
you never showed
No
it.
one ever showed it to her.
No, yeah,
should have.
No one talked to her about it,
No one even brought it up to her.
and I feel
Did
like she would
everyone know
definitely
about it, or was it just me that knew about it?
Ooh, back then, I don't think you shared it with
yeah,
anyone.
At the time, I think it was just you figuring it out, unless
Mm-hmm.
somebody might have also.
When did I
got caught in
get it?
I thought you always had
You
it.
got it first session.
Yeah,
Session 0 or session 1?
session 1.
Session 1. First session, not
Yeah.
pre-session.
You got it like
You got it the first session.
yeah. It bonded to you, and then it's just
Yeah,
with
remember
you.
Una found it in your bag.
Yeah,
That's right.
and then it was like
There was another important detail that you did not remember, and I'm not going to remind you of it.
Was it about the centipede?
It was about the night he found it.
Oh.
There was something that happened, or not so much something that happened, but something I said that I don't think anybody wrote down or did.
If I did, it's not gone. It's gone now.
Yeah.
I remember that
Dang it!
I remember that the centipede was like a statue
Yes.
at first, and then I don't know what
Yes.
exactly awoke it to come alive, but yeah, no, I don't. It's been so long, I forgot.
That was so
If it
long
didn't,
ago.
if it didn't pertain to like my character, if I wasn't there to like know it,
Yeah.
like if it was just like specifically him that night, then I probably would have never even thought about it. So
Yeah.
it was.
It's all right. Don't try to rack your mind. Like, you didn't talk about it the session or the day after or anything.
It was just. It was
you
over
won't
your head.
remember it.
It was over your
Okay.
head. It was over all of our heads. It was the first session.
It was.
Yeah.
Dang.
It's all right. It's all right.
Matt has
Yeah.
been able to, like make sly little hints at people's stories that I feel like some people may not pick up on, because I know there's been probably times where I haven't picked up on anything. I mean, there was something that I saw, that was like, oh, okay, like that's
So that's how it is, huh?
yeah. No, it was. I'll have to just probably talk to you. After
I remember. I know what you're talking about.
Okay, so other than that, yeah, everything else have been kind of pertaining to just me, just vibing. But
We out here.
yeah, I do enjoy how the story has progressed in terms of character development for everybody because I think everyone's kind of going through a new change where they're being a little more open, not extremely, some more open than others. I'm sure as hell not opening up yet because I'm just like
I can't wait for the next session. I don't know how long the battle's gonna last.
it will
But
probably
after
last
you
a
get
bit.
done with the city arc, or like this.
Once we get done with this little part where we need to be,
I'm really excited.
because that basically gets into the second arc. No, or is this still
No,
like
it's
the
still
first?
part of. That's
It's
still
still-
part of the first arc.
Yeah, this has been a very long
Because
and
the
very good
original
arc.
goal was to get the engine to get us to where we need to go.
Yeah. Do we remember where we need to go?
One word.
Because it's been so long and I have no more notes to tell me where we're going. Gotta go deeper.
Oh,
Yeah.
So,
No sexual innuendo with that one.
nope, you just gotta.
It's not.
You just
that
gotta.
damn voice.
We're just going deeper into the sea and we're hoping to.
Stick you in riddles, bitch.
Well, see, I
He
think.
does not speak in riddles.
I think it's just because you
It's a
give.
running joke now, though.
Yes, it
Yeah,
is.
the rule is just if you speak to it in vague questions,
You get a
he will give
vague
you a vague answer. He's very straightforward.
Well, and sometimes you're like, give me the answer. And he's just like, no. It's not about the answer all the time. It's about the journey.
Yeah.
If I just give you all the answers, what's the point in you being here?
It's the same with
Yeah,
my
true.
patrons because sometimes it's just like,
Yeah.
it's like I can't trust him in everything, which is like, yeah, I get
Yeah.
that.
Well,
I
and
understand
sometimes it's like, what can you say that won't affect
Something.
stuff that
Yeah.
happens, right?
So you have to just trust the
Yeah.
party. And
Trust the system.
even
Put
if,
faith in your friends.
even if the party makes some questionable decisions.
Like, Freely is okay with hanging somebody who's mostly innocent
But
and who helped them.
but condemns another for killing one of them.
Yeah, that's
in
right.
cold
So-
blood.
When you actually shot that dude's leg off.
Here's the thing. Here's where I stand. I was threatening said bandits, and I didn't really care if the bandit was hung.
That's more. I'm more throwing shade at Edwin,
Oh,
which is Daniel. Just because he was like, yeah, just like hang with us. It's gonna be okay. And then
Yeah, he was definitely
they were like, oh, you look like a thief. Do I recognize you? And he was just like, a thief in our midst.
Yep.
And it's
Yeah.
just like, ah, you sly son of a gun.
Yeah, so big turnaround there.
Yeah, just a quick 180.
I'm just
It's
like-
I can't believe it. They
And-
started wheeling him away. I'm like, they're putting the rope around his neck. And they're
Yeah,
like, oh,
see,
yeah, so
for
where do
my-
we gotta go? He said the armory. And I'm like, they're hanging him. They're just like,
He's going to die.
"Ah."
It's like,
And he's dead.
He's weeping.
You made a callback to it. Okay, so that happened 2 sessions ago, and then last session you're like, the farmer was like, "Yeah, watermelon are really growing nice. We got this fresh new body and
That was- yeah.
fertilizer." We're
Yeah.
like, whoa, we don't know who that is.
I was like, well, I mean, I guess he's getting used for the good of the
Good.
people. So,
He stole the food,
and now he becomes the food. It all comes full. It's the circle of life.
The circle of life.
Yeah, man, the watermelons need nitrogen.
Yes.
True scientific fact.
Bingo.
That's
Yeah,
why Arthur
I-
took a big ol' shit in it.
He did that.
He did.
I forgot about that.
I
he
did.
did that.
Yeah.
Yeah, those better be some plump, nice tasting watermelon.
If you hang around to find out, you'll
All right,
find
I
out.
feel-
will not because we're gonna yank that sun if we survive.
Hopefully we do. I'm not trying to have a TPK on this session.
It
We
would
haven't
be
even.
unfortunate.
Yeah, it's like I don't want
Now
people.
let's do it.
I don't want people to die when we haven't even gotten to explore our characters yet. Like,
Yeah, I know. I put a lot of thought in my character.
This is a challenging entity, though. I will say
this will
that.
be challenging. So I
I'm
hope.
I'm a bit worried.
Well, just don't.
Pack tactics, baby.
Okay.
Pack tactics.
So yeah. I guess Mitch. Overall conclusion on what you thought of the session. I don't think I got like your opinion on it.
It's good. Much better. I was able to collect more different plantage.
Yep.
Which is always good for me. I like that. I was able to try to talk military tactics with a military dude, and he basically
Kern.
called me out, which was bad.
Yes, it was.
Yes.
But now I'm facing a big spirit naga,
You are.
which is good and bad.
It's mostly bad.
Hashtag level up, gang.
Oh boy, yeah, no, it's pretty bad.
No.
No.
But yeah,
With the heart emoji.
oh my God,
Is it for me? No.
is it for me? But yeah, it was a good.
What are your thoughts on it, Kyle?
I thoroughly enjoyed it. I know we took a really long time figuring out a name.
Yeah, I try to forget that part.
And there were some moments where it's just like, this isn't really a lead. We got to get going. But once we actually got going in the story and we actually got enveloped in the chase scenes and
That was really fun.
yep.
That
Once we
was
got
fun.
the plot moving, I really enjoyed the session throughout. A lot of good character moments.
Yeah.
And someone might die. So that's not good.
I was a little bummed. I feel like me and Brazil could have had a cut scene together and
it's,
did
time to
some
bond,
ranger
right?
bonding.
Maybe. But
I'm sorry.
No. It's not your fault. I should have
I think
instigated and been like Liz. Or
I also just thought
Brazil.
I thought that you guys might have been a little farther away from each other because you were at the
No.
you were more
Well,
toward the tunnel and she was more
They
down.
were, they were like chilling out next to each
Okay,
other. They were
okay.
both like
I-
stealthing in the grass.
Yeah, I had the assumption
the
that one
bodies.
was near the tunnel and the other one was a little farther down.
I don't think so.
I
Near the
imagine
rolling
it as
hills.
I was at one end of one side of the tunnel, she was at the other.
Yeah.
But yeah, I enjoyed it and I'm really excited to see if we live or die in the next one.
I know. It's always fun to be like, oh, we might die.
I mean, it's not always fun because I don't want to, but
I'm excited for me and Una to have a real battle.
just freeze it.
Yes.
Just freeze
Nah, I don't know how this is going to work.
Just freeze it, bro. Just freeze it.
Just freeze it.
Just freeze it.
Yeah.
I'll cut it with my swords.
Yes. But on that note, I think that's going to wrap it up for us, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes,
Thank you for
sir.
tuning in to this episode of the 50/50 Take It or Leave It podcast.
All right.
We'll catch you again very soon.